everyone. I am Mio Hashimoto, and I'd like to thank everyone for giving me the opportunity to speak about how I didn't lose to COVID-19. In the spring of 2020, we are deprived of freedom by a strange virus. It's still ongoing, and there is no end in sight. Some of those who have been hit the hardest are students like me. I was so lonely because I couldn't work part-time at the restaurant. I couldn't go home to see my family. I couldn't even meet my close friends. I had plans to study abroad in the Philippines in March last year, but that was quickly cancelled too. I know that everyone around the world probably experienced something similar. There are many events during our school days that we can share only with our classmates. It's not the same after becoming an adult. We learn to build relationships during our culture and school festival and school trips, club activities, and studying abroad. But due to the pandemic, students lost all these precious chances to fully enjoy their school life. It's frustrating and sad for students, though it's nobody's fault. But is it okay to just sit back and say, it can't be helped? During such a situation, around December 2020, my high school alumni and I gathered together because we were fed up with doing nothing. We wanted to do something for our juniors, so we decided to hold a massive cultural festival that involved the whole community. It allowed our juniors to create something and provided a chance for interaction between university and high school students. We also wanted to re-energize the locals who lost their vitality due to the pandemic. Many students applied to perform on stage, the part I was in charge of, saying things like, I've never been part of a cultural festival before, or this is my last chance to perform with my friends. The schedule was tight as we started preparing in June. And the festival date was set for the 18th of August. But then the Delta variant showed up. We were forced to choose between canceling or postponing our cultural festival. It was an obvious choice as it was necessary to protect the students. So we thought, and this project was meant to make people smile, yet now it seems to be causing more disappointment and sadness instead. So we decided to continue with just a stage program and postpone the rest of the project. We limited the audience to family and friends only. And it turned out to be a success. I was worried about whether it would work because it was my first time organizing this. But thanks to the cooperation of many people, it ended without any major trouble. The students were lively and performed energetically in their bands and in groups. You could feel the power of their music and their youth. It was really moving for me to watch them shine on the stage. I don't know if continuing the stage program was right in this situation, but I'm glad we went ahead. The joy of creating something with friends and the pleasure of sharing it with someone are very precious feelings. What a bright memory! I didn't think I could have such an opportunity. I had a lot of fun. I was glad to hear these words from the students. It was satisfying to make someone happy with my own hands. Now that I can't act freely, there is very little I can do on my own. However, even if something small and do more something small, However, even if something small, it's worth doing something for someone. Because of this pandemic, I want to find what I can do now and do more things for others. That is my way of life to not to lose to COVID-19. But still, I hope that we can return to our previous life before the pandemic, even if it's only a day sooner. Thank you for listening.